Hi Aquarius, welcome to your love reading. This is a general love reading for the zodiac sign of Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising sign. If you're an Aquarius watching this video and it's not really fitting for you, and if you have the time, I encourage you to check your moon and a rising sign because sometimes your messages can jump around between your sun, moon, and rising. But I know not everyone has time to watch a bunch of videos, so whatever is appropriate for you. Aquarius, let's just jump right into your reading. In this reading, I'm going to be covering how you feel, how your person feels, the current energy between the two of you, what you want and they want in this connection. So to receive all those messages, make sure you watch to the end. And you should know in the first few minutes if this is your reading or not. So Aquarius, the first card you have, and this is how you feel in the connection, it's the Page of Swords reversed. Aquarius, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I feel like you're being a little bit of a brat right now for some reason. Your person might feel this way about you, that you're being a little bit of a brat. Maybe you are being kind of demanding. You feel very impassioned and ready to go toward this person and tell them what you need to tell them, basically. But the problem is that it might not be very skillful. It might come off as clumsy. It might come off as childish or immature. So just keep that in mind. But you might feel that you were wronged in some way and you need to go set the record straight and say your part to them. But it's coming off as not very mature or skilled. It could be you just giving word vomit and it's not really landing or being effective. So just keep that in mind, Aquarius. Please don't take it personal. This is just the messages and the guidance coming up for you right now. So, and I'm not saying that this is who you are as a person. This is just current energy. Energies change all the time. So this is a love reading for current energies between you and your person. So yeah, you feel that you need to go set the record straight on something, that you need to go and clarify your view or part in a situation with you and your person. And I don't know why, but like every time I see the Page of Swords, especially in the reverse, I always think of like a little kid like jumping in with like a play sword saying hi-ya. Like that's what I always think of every time I see the Page of Swords reverse. So it's kind of like you're coming in on the offensive, wanting to say your part and set the record straight on something, but you could feel a little scattered energetically in your mind and your words. You're not really solid and together on exactly what you want to say and do. You just feel compelled to go and say your part, and it may not be very effective. You feel like there is something you need to address or fix with you and your person. Okay, Aquarius? So the second card is how they feel in this connection at this time. It's the Eight of Pentacles reversed. I think that they feel that they've put in a lot of work and effort in this connection in the recent past, and they're getting a little burned out. They feel like they've already given a lot, and they feel probably that you're asking too much from them. They're a little burned out. They need to take a little break, and yet you come toward them very energetically, wanting to set the record straight. However, look at these two cards in the reverse. You're going that way, and they're just there, looking down at the table. So it's possible that you two are not in communication right now. Not necessarily so for all of you guys, but for some of you, maybe you guys aren't talking right now. And in that case, in the Page of Swords reverse energy for you, you feel like you want to go and say your part on something, but it remains a stuck energy and it's not happening. And that could be why it's in the reverse. It could be a delayed message not being delivered at this time. But that's not the case for all of you. Some of you are in communication with this person. Some of you aren't. I don't feel strongly one way or the other with this reading, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, they feel like they've put in a lot of work already, and they feel like they don't know what else you want. That's how they feel. It's like, well, what else do you want me to do? And they kind of feel like you might be a spoiled brat a little bit. So I'm not saying you are, Aquarius. I'm just saying that that's the energies coming up in this reading at this time, okay? So the third card is the energy between the two of you. It's the Nine of Pentacles. So this is interesting. The Nine of Pentacles is a beautiful card. It's all about being content with yourself in your heart, you know, enjoying abundance. The person in the Nine of Pentacles is a little bougie, like they have the finer things in life. It's expensive food, it's expensive wine, it's stuff like that, okay? Feeling plentiful. You both love each other, okay? And Aquarius, I remember I did a love reading for you guys last month, and it was like such a lovey-dovey, you guys, and no one else had a reading like that except for you guys. Were like, you guys, the person you were dealing with, like, you guys are really in love. And that's coming up here again for me too, where like, you guys make each other feel wealthy and rich. And it's not necessarily material wealth, okay? But you both make each other feel that. So again, you know, there is this difficult energy with the Page of Swords reversed and the Eight of Pentacles reversed. But I feel like it's just a snag that you guys are going through, because you really do make each other feel good and feel abundant and fulfilled. So that's I don't think anyone so far, and I only have one more sign after you, no one has gotten that good of a card in that position. But that doesn't surprise me, again, because you guys are going through like a positive time in love based on the love reading I did for you guys last month. Yeah, so you guys make each other feel full and abundant. You make each other feel rich, and that you give a lot to each other, okay? So that's really sweet. So the fourth card is what your person wants in the connection. It's a Two of Swords reversed. They are feeling they want to achieve some balance in the connection with you, okay? They might feel like things have been out of balance. They might, you know what it is? They might feel that they've let you do something a certain way in the relationship, like they let it slide for a while, and now they want to say something about it. And, you know, that's their fault too. They should have said something sooner and they didn't. But now they're like, you know what, Aquarius, it does actually bother me, that one thing. And you're like, well, why didn't you tell me? You just let this go on for 6 months or a year or whatever, however long it is. And they're like, I know, sorry, but it does bother me. So they feel like something regarding the connection is not in balance. There was something that they didn't want to see before, perhaps about you. Maybe it's something that they're critical of about you, Aquarius. And they were so in love, they just let it slide. And now they're taking off a blindfold and they want to get real. Aquarius, don't take this as a bad thing. It feels like they want to get more serious with you, so they want to make sure and cover everything. So it's a good thing. You don't want them to keep pretending that something doesn't bother them that does bother them. So this is just another logical step and growth in the relationship. They're taking off their blindfolds and they're like, look, Aquarius, this thing really does bother me. And I want to talk about it. I want to work through it. They want to, so when the Two of Swords is upright, it's all about turning your back on intuition and embracing your logic and reason side. So in the reverse, it's almost like they want to embrace their intuition. They've had gut feelings about this relationship that they've suppressed, and they're ready to discuss that openly with you. So Aquarius, you're being asked to be mature and strong enough to handle that. And again, I don't know exactly what the situation is. Maybe this person's being a huge jerk and you need to figure that out. But I don't really feel that here in this reading. And trust me, I've told other people in their readings that something doesn't look great. And I don't feel that this is necessarily a bad thing. I feel like this person wants to discuss openly their grievances and their issues in the relationship with an eye toward actually solving it instead of exiting the relationship. And the reason why I know this is because the outcome is the Star, but we'll get to that in a minute. But before we get to that Star card, The fifth card is what you want in this connection. You have the Six of Swords reversed. You want to come back to this person. You don't want to be away from this person. You don't... It's like, Aquarius, you're not really in a space of wanting to do self-inquiry on yourself and ask yourself how you really feel. Like, you don't want to go to that higher level of what's really going on. And that's just where you're at right now. That's okay. You want to work things out with this person. You're preoccupied with this person. You don't want to lose them. You want things to work out. Okay, when the Six of Swords is on the upright, it's all about a water journey to go and explore your emotions. You've put your swords down and you're ready to be open and vulnerable. Aquarius, you haven't put your swords down. You want to hash it out with this person. You want to discuss. You want to use your words. Again, with the Page of Swords reversed, you have some words to share with this person. You're not done yet. Like, you want to say your part, and it's coming from a very logical headspace. Okay? Like, that's where you're coming from right now. You want to go to this person and just lay it all out and discuss it. And they do too. So, in different ways, but they do too. You know? They're more about following their gut feeling about things that have made them feel uncomfortable in the relationship. So they want to talk about that, and you just want to, lay it all out and explain how you feel. And you might have some harsh words for them. Watch out for that, Aquarius. That, I'm not trying to police you on what you should say or not do with your own person. I'm just saying that energy is coming up in this reading where, like, you might be coming off a little harsh and demanding to this person. It might turn them off, so do what you will with yourself and your relationship. But I'm just giving that as a warning that if you want to reach this person better, you might need to cool it down a little bit. You might be getting a little too excited. Okay. So the outcome overall energy is the sixth and final card. It's the Star. And Aquarius, I'm not surprised to see this because you guys got like the loveliest positive love reading last month. I remember that. So it seems like, that most of you would still be dealing with the same person here in this reading. The Star card is all about hope and faith. So even though there are these snags with you and this person on the road to your relationship and the commitment, the Star card is saying keep hope and faith because it's going to work out. Okay, the Star card is all about blending opposites to form a harmonious whole. So you guys are out of that honeymoon period of the connection and are dealing with the hard work of, how do I bring my earth with your water, for example? How do I blend my fire with your air? It's all about blending them together so that it works out. That's what the Star card is all about. And it's faith and hope. So it's saying have faith and hope it's going to work out, because the Star card is telling you it's going to work out. And you both have to maintain that hope and faith outlook as you go through these troubled times. Okay, Aquarius? I pulled an additional card to top off the reading from a deck of cards that's only the major arcana and the four aces, and you got the Fool. And it's funny because you were the only one so far where I was shuffling the cards. That one just flew out right away, and that didn't happen with anyone else. So it's interesting that it was really clear that this is your card, the Fool card. The Fool card is all about beginner's mind, starting over. So, Aquarius, it could be that you are being a little naive about this connection in some ways, maybe having too high of expectations or something like that. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but you're being asked to kind of have a beginner's mind and start over. Maybe you feel bad that you have difficulties in the relationship with this person right now. It's making you feel bad, and you're being asked to let go of that and just, start brand new with this person. Come to them, talk about the issues, and start over brand new. Okay? Yeah. And this Fool card also, look at the little mouse, standing on top of the snake. It's almost like he doesn't realize he's standing on top of a snake. Aquarius, it's almost like you don't want to acknowledge that this is a difficult time in the relationship. Like you want everything to be perfect, and you're being asked to be a little bit more mature and accept that not every moment is going to be love and flowers and rainbows and whatever. Like you're being asked to accept that this is a difficult time, and you have to go through it in order for you guys to come out on the other end. So there might sorry Aquarius, I know that it seemed like there was a little bit of harsh observations for you in this reading, but that was just the energy that came through really strongly, that it's almost like you don't want there to be any issues in the relationship. You want everything to be perfect all the time, and you're being asked to be a little bit more mature in your outlook of that. Okay, so I pulled an oracle card for you guys from an oracle deck called Rumi's Gift. For those of you who don't know, Rumi is a 13th century Persian poet who was a Sufi. He wrote a lot of poems about a person he was in love with, but the deeper meaning of his poetry is about the nature of reality and or God. And you got treasure. So Aquarius, I feel like you're being asked to treasure yourself in the relationship, the good and the bad. Okay, treasure it. It's all part of your life and your learning. Okay, so I'm going to read the poem. It's a very short poem, this one. I'm not going to give any kind of additional commentary or thoughts. I want you to just receive the words and the nutrients of the poem and apply them that feels right for you in your heart. So I'm just going to read the poem, and then that will conclude your love reading, Aquarius, okay? So before I read the poem, there's a word in here that's referring, it's Hajj, and just so you know that that's the annual Islamic pilgrimage to Mecca, which is a mandatory religious duty that Muslims do, that they have to do it at least once in their lifetime, I believe. So just so you know what that word means if you didn't know. O pilgrims on your way to Hajj, where are you going? Your beloved is here. Come back. Come back. Did you know your suffering is your treasure? Alas, you are the veil covering your treasure. So that's what I have for you, Aquarius. I hope that this reading was helpful. If it resonated for you, please let me know in the comment section below. That's really helpful for me. And if you enjoyed watching this video, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Aquarius. I'll see you next time, okay? Bye.